Okay, I think I'm about ready. Welcome to the stream. We're here again at Adventure Games, sponsored by DX Racer. Again, I'm Redknight playing more Chrono Cross. Well, it's been a week. It's been a long week for me, for sure. And uh, here to just, I guess, de-stress and relax, I guess. But anyway, last time, what happened last time? We finished off the gods. Well, dragon gods, whatever you want to call them, and beat Dario and got the Masamune, and then at the end got the Masamune, which is, well, Master Mune, whatever, is probably the strongest sword in the game. Well, it has the highest crit rates. There's one other sword, or swallow in this case, that is stronger, but we won't be getting that for a while, at least, if we even decide to get it, because the crit rate on the Masamune can just outclass completely the next one. But anyway, so where do we go next? Well, obviously the Dead Sea, but first we gotta regain our true selves to actually progress through. So we gotta actually end up pretty much the same way that we ended up in our current form. But yeah, anyway. I'm kind of not acting, well, like myself as much. I don't know. Lots of stress. Unfortunately, it's been a week. And as much as I'm excited for what's going to be happening now, I'm at the same time not excited because I guess it's fear. Maybe fear of the unknown. And, well, let's talk about that for a second. Everybody handles their own stress in different ways. Unfortunately for me, I don't do it in a healthy way. So it's been a rough couple days. But anyway, moving on here. You, halt. I think we've already been through this. Yeah, we've already been through this. We just showed him the emblem and he let us go through, but he's not letting us go through again. Okay, whatever. We'll just do it again. No, I think I did this and then I died. That's probably what happened. Or I reset, because my game unfortunately froze. That sounds more like what happened. As promised, I will lend you the dragon tear. I shall accompany you to the fort as well. So, pretty obvious that our next destination is the dragon's fort. Do I switch? You know what? Let's switch my party a bit. And actually, I didn't mean to do that. My controller, again, being the way that it is. May the 6 dragon gods bestow protection upon we, the children of the planet. Alright, let's, again, do this a second time. Let's put Mickey in for reasons unknown. Oh, jeez. Oh, tired. It's been, again, like I said, long weeks. So we're just going to be going through just a bit of menuing here. I don't know how much more we're going to see of Fargo, so I did unequip him. And I know most of these people just don't have stuff on them, but I'd rather just do that. Auto him. Well, auto her as well, just to make it easy. Is there anything on here I don't want? Not really. I have a couple empty slots I can fill. Let's just fill the holes. And also equipment. Yeah, we're gonna do the same thing here. I don't know who has what equipped at this point. Shouldn't take much longer. I'm not gonna be too meticulous about what I have equipped here. Maybe our tank, I guess. Why not? Granite is better, that's right. I have a hard time remembering. Stone is better than mithril, for some reason. Sure, we'll leave it like that. Anyway, back to the story here. Back to the Dragon's Fort. If I can actually become the wind. Is there anything else here I need to grab before I go in? I don't think so. Because I remember trying to go back to the element shop here, and it was a fruitless effort. Oh, jeez. But anyway. We're in Homeworld, right? Yeah, we want to be in Homeworld. Because unfortunately the path to the fort on the other world is completely blocked off to us. And I think it makes you go through Mount Pyre. I'm not sure. We'll see in a second. Assuming I haven't already been through it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through. At the very least, the fights here shouldn't be too bad. There it is. Okay. Yeah, just those lava boys and the hot the dingoes. Yeah, they're just small fry. Nothing more, nothing less. Oh, that's a doing. I mean, might as well fight it. I think he drops, if I remember correctly, strength ups. Well, strength ends, whatever you want to call it. And I guess this is the first time we can actually put the Masamune into use, because there's immediate 2 crits. Yeah, that's what makes the Master Mune so broken. It's high critical rates. If you put stuff that'll make your crit rate even better, you can almost always crit. Just making the main character the most broken thing you can have. I'm not doing any of those actions, but okay. Not even gonna bother with that chest up there. It's probably nothing of use. Just want to try to... Well, yeah, he's going down. Well, fine. There's nothing really of importance. And I guess those 3 chests could have something in there, but... I'm not gonna bother. We'll just get through here. Make our way back to the fort. Now you can actually go here earlier, but if you have the Dragon Tier, the fort just reactivates itself for you. Meaning you don't have to go through those trials again. Which, I mean, they were annoying, so I have no qualms about that. There is one thing, though, that I do want to do before we continue. Well, not exactly continue, but... Oh, shoot. Forgot about this. So you finally made it. This is as far as you'll get. It's a little too soon for you to get back to your original form. Nope, we got a gatekeeper, I guess, in our way. Dark Search. Very creative name. Fortunately for me, I guess, my character should be resistant to this. Because fortunately, he's not a white innate. And you know what? We might as well weaken him. Just because. Has every hit so far been like a crit or what? It's absolutely insane. Well, that's what we get for getting it so early. Well, I guess so early. It's not much earlier than you can actually get it, because I think you're supposed to wait at least until you regain your form as Surge to take on Dario. It would have been a lot easier, but we did what we did, and I'm not going to complain one bit about it. Just make sure we don't go down here before anything else. Yeah, and you can see that, like, Lynx or Surge, they kind of just completely outshine all the other characters, because I mean, I'm trying to do damage with them, but it's just like they're not doing nearly as, not even half of what he's doing. What's that do? Okay, it's like a confusion, I guess. I was wondering to see whether it was a heal or not. Ren doesn't have much healing aside from maybe Orcha and his special tech, which just heals himself, but still. I'm not going to even bother using that one stamina. And you know what we're actually going to do? One more. 99. Make it so I can't miss. Well, there's still a chance I'll miss, which is kind of bold if I do, but you can't miss. And it just seems like every freaking hit is a critical strike. I know I've mentioned this before, but this move is just so slow. Even when you're using it, it's so agonizingly slow. I mean, I'm probably dragging it out more than I should, but it's definitely slow. I need a heal, but I want to make sure they have stamina to do so. Looks like Mickey has the revive, so unfortunately for her, we have to wait till Lynx's turn. Yeah, they're not very... They're forgiving, I guess, with revives. There's just not many out there. So they're kind of like a precious resource. Ugh, black hole. Another strong hit. Definitely gonna be kicking myself if I end up messing this up. I need a hit. Okay. I'll accept that. It's not like I could have revived her anyway. At that point, at the very least. Impressive. I may have underestimated you. Anyway, I must get on with my affairs. Besides, it's too late. Goodbye, Serge. Ominous. Anyway, we didn't go down this way before, but, remember that egg we got a while back? Wherever it may be. Just this big egg. Just place it there. Ah, what a good sleep. Good morning. Hey, where did everybody go? My big brother. My big sister. My kid brother. And my little sister. Where did they all go? Are you my mother? Really? You look more like a father to me. Will you take me to mother and father? Yeah, sure, why not? I don't think you want to see them, though. So yeah, we just now have a pet dragon. Where is everybody? They must be around here somewhere. Her. And he just finds his way out of here somehow. I know. They all probably left the fort and are playing outside. And he just knows how to use the elevator. Okay. Baby dragon, sure. Anyway, just moving on from that. We didn't go down that way in the other world because it is just nothing, pretty much. I guess just a hint telling... Yeah, it's just a hint telling you to put the eggs there. Well, egg there. Unfortunately, the machine is not working in that world. Alternate timeline, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, we just need to make our way up to the top of the fortress. And if you do recall, we did go through this teleporter earlier, but we also went through this teleporter, I believe, well, this type of teleporter in the Dead Sea. So there must be some type of connection. Somehow, some way. But anyway. Nearing the end of the fort here at the very least. Surge, you must proceed alone from here. You must see and confirm for yourself who you really are. Truth shall manifest itself once you believe in your heart. All life on this planet was born in the sea. The life forms softly slumbered within the womb of our mother sea, until eventually they developed free will and were able to swim about the ocean freely. And then there came those that, not satisfied with the life in the water, looked up from the ocean floor towards the blue skies and dreamt of the feel of the land. Aeons passed before their preposterous dream became a reality, and they rose up from the seas onto the earth. The land became full of all kinds of creatures. Among those, the dragon lizards and the more evolved reptites thought they would reign over the earth forever. And for a long while, it would seem that they would. However, the unforeseen coming of the mighty one from the heavens suddenly smashed their kingdom to pieces. That one was known as Lavos, the Great Crimson Flame. Wielding absolute power, Lavos buried the dinosaurs, the kings of the land, in the space of a night. However, the timid apes, who had lived hidden in the forests, came into contact with the crimson flame that fell from the sky and evolved into humans. Or perhaps it was not evolution, but transformation. In this way, humans increased in number and filled the earth. The fearsome progeny of Lavos, who, like their progenitor, began to devour our mother planet. I still have to say these scenes do look great, as much as it is just PS1 era type stuff, but... So, Serge, where'd you find those clothes? Questions. Serge, you regained your identity without being led astray. Your eyes, which foresaw the truth, shall help you regain your trust among your comrades. There is nothing we can do about the Dragon Tear. Its shattering result does not come as to a surprise. However, you also carry the fate of another Dragon Tear from another world. The broken pieces of love and hate, although contradictory, they are two sides of the same coin. A mysterious force may come to light when the two pieces are united. Perhaps this force will be the legendary Chrono Cross. The only problem is the shrine, which is said to give life to the Chrono Cross, is nothing but a cavern inside Divine Dragon Falls. Serge, you may hold the key to bring forth its powers. Okay. So, a lot of that did not make sense. Especially to somebody who has not played had not played Chrono Trigger initially. Basically, that whole sequence was more of a call back and kind of a little bit about Chrono Trigger, I guess. In a way, telling of the Reptites, which were a dinosaur-like creature that inhabited the lands before the events of Lavos, I guess. And I guess that's kind of where, like, the whole concept of maybe the maybe, I don't even remember this at this point, but it's basically, again, connecting between Chrono Cross and Chrono Trigger. The thing is, why is it in a, why is this all being told in the El Nido Archipelago? Why is it being told by the Dragon Fortress with the Dragon Gods? It only brings up more and more questions as we go along. Well, we now have access to Sea of Eden. And now that we've became Surge again, I guess, we have access to all of these characters. Everybody is back. Which is not as many as, well, you would think. But that also unlocks quite a few things, I would say. I completely forget what I was doing with my main man Pip here. But I'll just do something at this point. I said this before, this is the only character I'm going to be doing like a kind of detailed allocation to. Jeez. Tired still. Never ending. Only because it's an interesting character, to say the least. Just make sure we have a couple specific colors, I guess. Probably want yellow instead of green. And with that, we'll just fill the blanks afterwards, because those level 1 elements don't really affect me too much. And while we're at it, the Dragon Shrine she was talking about is not on the map. You actually have to go to this waterfall, because there's always a secret behind the waterfall, and actually find the place for yourself, which, if you recognize this well, this is the one place we haven't really been to. One of the few places, rather, we haven't been to yet, which was showed briefly during Raditz' story. Well, stories between Garai and everyone. Oh, but there's nothing here. Shoot, I'm in the wrong area. So we'll just go back here again. Later on, I don't know how they hint to the place being here. I guess if you're attentive enough, you can see that there's a waterfall. And the only place in the world map that there is a waterfall is right there. We're in Homeworld. I want to be in the other world. For definitely a couple reasons at this point. Before we move on, we're going to do just a few small side questy type things. Oh well. And we get back, now that we have Surge again, we get to see the scene again, which we now can skip. It was a lot nicer while we were Lynx and we didn't have to deal with that. But that is what it is. Anyway, moving on. I think the first, well, yeah, I guess the first thing we're going to do is just head to the falls yet again. Ah, some guys here this time. Years ago, these falls were considered a holy place by the worshippers of the divine dragon faith. Then hordes of humans began to migrate to these islands, and were pushed into the outlying regions. The cultural takeover that ensued, the spiritual significance of the places such as this were soon forgotten. In the old days, many of my friends and fellow believers would come to here worship. It's quite lively, particularly during the festival season, so how I miss those days. So I guess that's just a little bit more backstory as to. It's more of the humans invaded the archipelago from the demi-humans, who worship these dragon gods. Well, the Dragonians, or something like that. Regardless, anyway. If this is an altar of the divine dragon worshippers, damn it, then maybe Stina knows something about it. Do I have to really bring Stina into my party? Hope not. Okay, cannot do it yet. I guess just telling you, hey, you got the right idea, but get out of here with that. You're not ready. Which, I mean, makes sense, considering what it is. It's absolutely not necessary to, oh jeez, have right here, right now. So we'll just leave it at that. And actually first, 2 people I need. I think this is the time that we can do this. Not sure. Not entirely sure, to say the least. But we'll well, it's just one of those days. Head over here to the smithy with Kosh. You be needing something? We've already gone through this dialogue. I don't know if we have the hammer. Okay, not the right time for that. Let's talk to Zippa. I guess because I have Zappa at my party. It's messing everything up. But I'm pretty sure if you talk to them, they give you something. Let me just check. Yes, this is level 7. Maybe might be wrong on that. So we'll just forget that idea and just move on from there. I know there's a hammer or something like that out there somewhere. I gotta find that to actually make it so you can make rainbow equipment. Jeez, I couldn't be any more convoluted with that. Tripping over my words. But again, there's a few things we can do now. Do I really want to do them? Don't think so. I just don't think so. I'm just gonna move on. I'm pretty sure being here is wrong. Yeah, being here is currently wrong. But I guess while we're here, might as well check one more thing out before I continue on. Back in Marbule over here. No, this isn't the one that we liberated, is it? Yeah, this is the racist one, I guess you can call it. Because that's legitimately what it is. I just wanted to head to the element shop. Oh, jeez. Just to grab a couple things. Assuming he has something for me to grab. Let me check this guy out. Let me buy a couple of these traps here, because I know we're going to be fighting stuff that has it. Because all this stuff is useful. And just having one of it is not ideal. Put some more black hole in, because I'm not sure when we're going to need that, but if we need it, we need it. Plus, again, they are good fodder for, like, trading posts, if I need to do it. Which not doing so is fine. I guess let's continue on to where we need to be. So there's a couple things I guess I gotta make sure of with Pip, that is. Just make sure I'm using as many elements as possible. Because I know I've mentioned before, but it's a special character, and I've never really managed to, I guess, do everything with the character. And I kind of want to see that, kind of want to see it as kind of want to do it, I guess. Why? Just because. But in order to get to the Sea of Eden, you gotta head to the Dead Sea over here. I deem you worthy of entering the Sea of Eden. Let the path be known for the one facing's fate. And finally, that is the end of disc 1. So let me just grab. And actually, I better do this as well. Because it has been a while. I should have bought some nostrums. Actually, I'm gonna go to a different island really quick. Namely the past. And move into the past, present, and the future. Just because. I don't think it has really anything to do with anything, but we might as well do things in the order of time. Atropos. Cutting the thread of life. And I also want to make sure of something. That's one thing. I'm glad I did that. Let's have Nostrum off and put it onto an Ultranova. Diminish, take rid of that. And Holy Light Trap, just to have it. She now has a Salamander. Just a pet Salamander. Nothing wrong with that. Earthquake, why not? Not Inferno, I want Volcanoes. Get rid of one of those 99s. And you don't need to worry about traps. Otho, spinning the thread of life. And something I'll just mention, if you notice, those are the same shapes of the save cubes. I'll just put that in there right now. That is actually like legitimately a save cube. Much yes. Measuring the thread of life. Art thou worthy of accepting fate? Are we being tested? Need a duo. Nice crits. It's not even the Master Mune this time. And of all things, I did not put any green traps on. Good. Just want to make sure you use, again, as many elements as possible with Pip. As much as she's... Again, I've done this every time. She or he, I don't know what Pip is, but Pip is Pip. Doesn't do damage. I mean, I guess it would also help if I actually put, like, a new weapon onto Pip, because it probably has only, like, ivory stuff at this point. Ah, and here we go, actually. Huh. Okay. I don't know how I managed to take that path, but sure. Maybe I should put a volcano trap out there. Had I had known. Stop functioning. We should have a revive here somewhere. Hopefully. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, no revive. Good. What is going on with these crits? And make sure I don't get myself killed too. And yeah, I just saved, but I'd rather not just go through that again. Let's just make sure we're healthy. I mean, we're not damaged that much, but I'd rather not risk it. Damn, this is annoying. I'll put a volcano trap out there. I doubt it'll get to its next cycle for it, but if it does, it does. It's better to have it out there. And again, I could just run away and just say whatever and just do it again. But it doesn't look like it's going to use a volcano from the looks of things here, with the green field in action. We should probably change this field. Notifies foes, magic attacks. Oh, that's right. Huh. Forgot how good this spell was. Well, spell, ability, element. So basically only physical attacks can now affect Surge at the moment. So I could technically let this green field go through and we'll be safe. The only thing is, do I have another heal? Which I do. And I said this before, but we're just relying on Surge to be our heavy hitter. Because nobody does any damage otherwise. Because his level 1 attack did equal damage as her level 3. And that right there is bad. Considering I have no heals. Okay. Let's restart. Oh well. It is what it is. Letting one person go down plus having no revives sucks. Let's not equip people. I don't know who has my stuff. Somebody does though. There's one of them. Okay, Pip has the other one. Which I guess isn't that good, but eh. Let's put something better on Pip. Where's my green plate? Because green exactly did not take out Pip last time, but it's better than nothing. If he gets hit by green, it'll be good. I guess this is another thing I should be doing, huh? Huh? Where's Pinju? I'm gonna put that on. I don't know exactly what it does, but I have an idea. From the way it's worded. And put a Dreamer Scarf on, because, yeah, sure. And I'm using nearly the last of my healing stuff. Ugh. That's what I get for not buying some more. Alright, let's make another attempt at this. Now that I'm a little bit more well prepared. And now that I know it actually uses Volcano, I can avoid a bit of damage. So first things first, we get that out there. A bit better than 4, at least. Let's just make sure we do this before it uses Volcano. Okay, so Surge was hit by red, so now he is red? Shoot, I don't have Volcano traps anymore because I unequipped them. Good! Yeah, so now he's a red attribute. Interesting. What I'm going to try and do, actually, this time, after it uses Volcano, I'll be set up for... Yep, there it is. So this is actually a decent setup for a Salamander summon. But the thing is, I'm down a person, so it still sucks. I mean, another problem I'm seeing is I'm not going to be healthy. Ugh. That sucks. Yet again. What do we do? Do we force it? Brute force sounds like a good plan. Just want to make sure I get a heal in. So, I guess while this is going on, it's gonna be a couple of fights like this, unfortunately. What to talk about? Well, I've been watching, well, Netflix documentaries. The last one I actually kind of paid. I ain't doing a massive amount of damage. The last one I was just paying attention to was the one that they released recently on the Flat Earth Society, kind of. About how they did all these. I guess more of like about flat earthers. But well, at least I'm done. I'm watching it and listening to it rather. I mean, I'll say it first, most I don't think the Earth is flat. It's a whole lot of, I guess, crazy is a way to say it, but at the same time, it's not crazy. And the only reason I say that is, as they're going through the documentary, they are using science. Like, they're doing what scientists would do to test a theory. They're going through all the steps and procedures. I mean, at the end of the documentary, they find out that they practically, I guess, find out that they're wrong. And the Earth is a sphere. I mean, I don't know if they actually will take that as proof that the Earth is not flat, because people are weird, unfortunately. And once you have your mind set out to one thing, that's all you're gonna be thinking about. Did not mean to switch character, but okay. Anyway, as much as are you kidding me? As much as the flat Earth, the whole flat Earth thing is the whole flat Earth thing is I guess, bad way to look at things. If you think about it a little bit, about, I guess, human history even, at one point we knew that, like, we were geocentric in the universe. We were the middle of the universe. The sun revolved around us, for example. Today we know that that's not the truth. And how did they figure that out? By testing things and using science and math. Not that the people who say flat Earth is completely right. If they're right, I did not mean to do stats. Okay. What am I doing? I wanted to switch equipment. That's what I wanted to do. There we go. That's better. They're not right. That's what it is. But the creativity, I guess, that they have, and there's nothing here. Hold on. The creativity and the, I guess, community even that they had is something like kind of to be respected in a way. Even though, you know, I guess there's nothing else to fight. I thought there was, but I'm completely wrong. Anyway, they use science, but they're not doing things the right way. They have a bad outlook in things, I guess. Anyway. 2480. I gotta really quick. Can't hear the music. I think this has some of the best music in the game right now. I heard Group 3B's experiment today is going to be a biggie. They're releasing the Flames level lock to D in order to trace the counter time effect. Yeah, but I'm based on previous experience. I'm sure it'll work out fine. During their simulation, Fate guaranteed that they would be able to use the flame as a link-up to extract the anti-annihilation energy associated with it. Don't worry, it'll be a success. Hope so. Speaking of scientists. So Chronopolis. Gonna be Lore Dump Part 2. So this is gonna be a trip, I guess to say. Because this is gonna be a very interesting place. And we'll see why soon enough. Good one shot. Good, great. Let's go ahead and immediately revive her. Which, by the way, when Pip transformed like this, Pip became a new elemental color. No longer a white innate, actually. I actually didn't... Maybe... However, maybe she is still a white innate. I didn't actually pay attention to that. I'll have to look at that in a second. Anyway, we have a good setup for a summon, so why not? And it's an interesting one, and it might heal him because he's white innate. We'll see in a second. It didn't at the very least, but we're fully healed now. That's probably one of the best summons, I guess, in the game. Just because it can actually do both, attack and heal. Of course, that makes it so he can just Megaton Fist here. Does increase damage. This guy kind of reminds me of, I guess, Robocop. Oh, Pip is saying is white innate, huh? I guess I didn't really mean for that to happen, but sure. And another unique enemy, considering he loses, I guess, armor. Anyway, let's heal up a little bit. I want to make sure I'm healthy. Because this, as we can see, this fight is not going well with one shots all over the place. I would like to use a salamander, but I have a feeling that's not going to happen. Let's switch off. I think Pip is down. Yeah, Pip's down. That's gonna be trouble because it looks like everybody now is just getting one shot over and over, which that sucks. Anyway, that's as I was saying. What was I even trying to go with that last tangent, I guess? I guess maybe something like as much as a group of people can be viewed as insane. What if they're right? I'm not saying they're going to be right. It's just that that is the nature of the matter. But in the end, what if they are? What if future tests do prove something that we don't know? What then? And it'll be, what would be the truth? The truth is that we've been lied to all the time, so it becomes, what does that matter in the end? I mean, yeah, it means the government's been lying to us, whatever. But the point is, I guess, they have correct methods. They should be using that energy in a different way, I think. But still, I guess things are kind of correct in a way. I don't even know where I was trying to go with that, but it's just something interesting that I was thinking about. I guess speaking of interesting, let's get a summon out there. What else is interesting? There was something I was thinking about recently. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. There is a whole thing that... Alright. Think about what we know. We know that, for example, what the color green looks like, what the color yellow looks like. And as much as we know, we've been taught how things look and that green is green. How do we know one person's point of view is the same as another's? How do I know your green is not my red? There's no way to really explain to show that, like, what the color green is, because we just don't have the informative capabilities, I guess. We don't have the correct terminology, I guess, even, to explain how a green can be viewed as green. I mean, yeah, inherently you know what a color is. But how do you know exactly what that means, what one color looks like to another person? And that being said, it kind of leads to every person is different. Hold on. I just gotta concentrate a little bit on this. A meaning for one person has a completely separate meaning for another one, somebody else. That being said, everybody has their own experiences and past. One person who is maybe like a footnote and somebody else's has their own life experiences and stories. People do come out of nowhere. Seemingly nowhere, really. With their own past experiences. And it puts... and something that I've been, I guess, not even researching, but just like something that was I read about at one point, rather. I just gotta do more research on this just to maybe even talk about it. But what is another person? How do you describe somebody else? How does somebody else feel? How do I know there is another person on the other side of the screen? I guess. Because similarly in chat, I know there is a word for it. I unfortunately don't know the word for it, but to me, at my point of view, somebody in chat is just a name. How do I know there's another person behind that? How do I know it's not something set up for our own conveniences? There is a lot of unknown in the world, and there are things that are hard to explain. Similarly, but I don't even know where I'm going with this anymore, but we'll just continue on this tangent. This is probably why I do level 3 attacks all the time, because of the crit rate with the Master Mune. Anyway, I don't know the word for it, but I don't even know where I'm trying to go anymore at this point. I'm just trying to fill time. Whatever. I should do more research onto the subject before I attempt to talk about it, but I've been busy, and unfortunately being prepared for something like streaming is not easy. Might as well show this off since we haven't actually seen it yet. Surge is level 7. Flying arrow, which projects some type of gremlin-like thing behind him and shoots an arrow at the enemy. Okay, whatever. Moving on. If I can actually get in here. Release the lock. Okay, sure. How do I do that? By the way, we just picked up a forget-me-not pot, which is something for actually Sprig, which next save point I find, I'm going to switch Sprig into the party, plus one other person actually. So we go here, we have the a map of the El Nido Archipelago in the future time of 2400 AD. Originally, El Nido was nothing but an ocean. The El Nido Archipelago is purely artificial, created by fate. It was a remodeling plan that took place 10,000 years ago. A plan to include these islands, blessed with nature, in the Sea of El Nido. The main island of El Nido, Earth Dragon Isle, Water Dragon Isle, Black Dragon Isle. The development of the elements, using the energy of the natural world. The distribution of memory terminal devices called the records of fate that could survey and guide people's lives. The research center staff, who had their memories of the future erased, left the center and began a life outside amidst nature. This is how Faith Paradise came into existence. And for now over 10,000 years, Fate has been watching over and guiding descendants of the staff who left this research center. Everything was in perfect harmony. That was until 14 years ago, when a boy came into contact with the flame on the night of the storm. So here we go, lore dump. Where's the lock for that elevator? My mind's been blanking out recently. So, the entirety of the El Nido Archipelago was artificial, created by this being, I guess, known as Fate. And people of El Nido are actually people from this facility with their memories erased, one way or another, making it to making it into what we know now as the El Nido Archipelago. And this is very confusing, if you don't know what it is. This is actually binary. So, if you don't know what binary is, this is kind of harder to do. Luckily, I know what binary is, and this is actually number 5. Shoot. Is it left to right or right to left? Well, if we do that, it's 0. And 0. Okay. So it's going from right to left in that case. Yeah. Easy way to do is just to close them all and just do 0. But so 1 0 1 0 1 0. 1 2. Why am I forgetting binary? That's not good. I took school and did a lot of binary. Why the heck am I forgetting it now? Probably because I haven't used it. That's why. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 21. Okay. Anyway, I just had to do that just for myself. Hi, how you doing in chat there? Because unfortunately I forgot binary and I just had to do that for myself. I fortunately did it the easy way and just did a double 0. All that was in there was a recharge, which was actually a very useful element, because it's one of the only few ways to recharge elements during battle, which I guess can be useful. At the same time, it's okay. I'm just gonna go back to switch out a couple party members really quick, just so I don't have to come back here later on. If I even do. I mean, I'm not gonna do everything in the game. I know that, but anything that comes up, I'm gonna just take care of, just because it's there. So I need gyrobic, and actually, there's somebody else. I forget who, though. Oh, Sprig. I just want to Sprig the party. Because now that we have the Forget-Me-Not pot, transformations are going to be a lot easier. So anyway, the Forget-Me-Not pot. Interesting item. Memorizes monsters to use in doppelganging ability. Normally, I guess normal circumstances, you have a chance to learn an enemy's form when you defeat them with Sprig. That is a very specific item that increases the chance by a tremendous amount, almost guaranteeing transformation, I guess. And I'm just gonna work on that just for a little bit, not excessively, and I guess just to change our party up too, because why not? There's so many characters in this game that it's like, show them off just a little bit, as much as most of them are kind of pointless to a degree. But anyway, we brought Gyrobic into our party because we actually have a chance to get his level 7 tech. It's another one of those cryptic things in this game. It's kind of just try and guess who would be the person who knows what's in this coffin or chest over here. This cannot be. This isn't the ancient super weapon that was developed in Por. But what is it doing here? It looks complete. And that's all there really is to that. But you still have to equip it, which I always forget to do, so let's not. Anyway, another reason why I want to be Sprig is because the monsters in here specifically are extremely helpful. One I can think of in specific, actually, is that flying drone thing. Because of the elements that it actually has on it, it makes things easier, I guess to say. Yeah, it's an overpowered element. Completely overpowered element, actually. Which I would like to show off as soon as possible, but we have to actually get the transformation first. And the only way to do so is to defeat the enemies with Sprig, as Sprig herself. Well, I don't think that's completely true, because I know I've gotten transformations before without knowing it, I guess. But anyway, moving on here. Let's continue on through our Lord Dump. Well, hopefully continue on, because I'm kind of lost at the moment. I have an idea of where to go, but this place is definitely going to get me lost. Switch over to Surge really quick first. Because again, with the Master Mune, he's just completely broken. Because it's like almost a guaranteed crit. And then, as soon as we get this transformation, check and see if we got it. We should have. Yep, Arrow Guard. We'll show why this is probably like one of the best transformations in the game. Because of one reason. Just defend it out just so I can actually show it off. First off, its accuracy is great. Plus it has... Let me do that again. Plus it has Vigora. Stops your stamina from decreasing. Let's combine that with Surge. This is the only way to really get this element, so... yeah. If I would miss, I have basically infinite stamina. As you could have seen there, my stamina didn't decrease from that first attack, so this is probably the combination I'm going to be using for most of the remainder of the game here, just because it is that broken. It looks like I gotta go to the basement floor at this point. If possible. I did not mean to do that, but okay. If it lets me go up to 5th floor, sure. I guess we'll start at the top and go down to the bottom. Okay, we'll do this. Okay. It's too early for this place. I kind of figured as much, but still. Here we go. Everyone, gather around. Let's see. In the 11th century, a scientist by the name of Luca indicated the possibility of a time travel through the use of a time egg, which utilizes miniature black holes. Whether this could actually be possible or not is still a subject of intense debate, and no conclusions have been made. According to her theory, by rotating a single point in supergravity, space-time continua can be drawn in, thus making it possible to transform that singular point which pulls everything else into a ring of formation. Using this ring as a gate between dimensions, it should be possible to travel back and forth between various space-time. I've heard that the time egg already existed during the legendary ancient dynasty. We shouldn't have to rely on theories from ancient civilizations that may not have existed. We can't do this. But it's been said that this was altered using the time egg. That's just a legend. There isn't any evidence to prove that this ancient dynasty ever existed. The experiment should be starting soon. After we discovered an unusual gravitational field in this barren sea of El Nido, we built several artificial islands and established Chronopolis. This was all done to facilitate our top secret research. But now, our research is about to come to an end. Once its final adjustments are made, the experiment will commence. Just a matter of time, so everyone should keep up their good work. Chief hasn't returned yet. He hasn't? Then we have to hold off until he gets back. To think that time is not absolute but elastic, relative, and subjective. That there can be individual differences caused by changes in time. Perhaps the same people and life forms can even exist in several spacetimes. An independent time that flows with a will of its own? What nonsense. So, it had a name drop of Luca, which actually is not the first time that that's happened. She was the one who had the orphanage which Kid was raised in, and where she was killed. And as a matter of fact, the lost ancient magic civilization of Zeal. It really did exist. Someone may have even traveled through time to this period. That right there, Zeal. Zeal is a place in Chrono Trigger that was highly advanced considering its place in time, and actually had a big to do with the story. Probably at the docks, so we gotta go to the docks. Big place in the story, that's where Magus originated from. And I have briefly mentioned this before, but he just mentioned right there, somebody may have traveled to our time period here and then. Magus is said to be, well, at one point in time of development of the game, Magus was shoot, what's his name? The magician, Guile. He was meant to be Guile at one point. This is kind of further, not proof, but insight into saying that Guile and Magus may be the same person. Anyway, here we are at the docks. Time is at 5:50. Time Research Lab, which served as the foundation of the research center, appeared out of nowhere in the year 2300 and was headed up by the scientific genius Balthazar. However, at the peak of his career, he simply vanished. We've continued his work and have come this far. Our work is almost complete. Well, it's about time I headed back. The experiment's about to begin. And there's another name drop, Balthazar. One of the great sages in Chrono Trigger who... I believe he's the creator of the Masamune. And prophet of time. I may have said a little bit too much, but... with that, next time I'm going to end it off here. But next time we're going to be continuing over in Chronopolis, finding more of the lore of between Chrono Trigger, I guess, and Chrono Cross. Until then, I guess, this has been Redknight here playing Chrono Cross here at Adventure Games, sponsored by DX Racer. Hopefully we will see you. Thanks for joining. Hopefully we'll see you next time.